personally am on my own personal journey here this evening. And the reason for that is I'm normally the behind the scenes kind of guy, making sure everything works, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and you don't normally find me standing up on stage in front of everybody. But a few months back, Simon came to me with the idea of First Light Event, and he said, Brodie, people in Humber are great, you know, and the region, it's amazing. I love this place. You know what, people, they don't really understand, but they can't see that for themselves. And I want to do an event where we can show that to people. You know, we're all here on a journey tonight, and as part of that journey, for me, being up here up on stage, you know, it's my first opportunity to feel what it's like. My first opportunity to taste it, to really know what it feels like in my heart for me to be here and to be doing this. That to me, those emotions tell me that actually what I'm doing is important. It might be a little bit scary, and you might be a bit nervous even thinking about it. But don't be afraid, you know, go to that place, go to where deep in your heart you want to be. I'd like to give a warm round of applause, please, for Simon Cartwright.
First of all, I want you to give a hand to Brodie. That was brilliant, mate. Thank you. You don't understand just how hard that was for him. And anyone that gets coached by me will know that I make you do things that you don't want to do. We're going on a journey. What I want to do tonight is to say, basically, it doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, where you come from. We're all born the same. We're all born with that ability. We all have one thing that we're good at least one thing, and that you'll find that in your heart and you'll find that in your passion.
Simon asked me to speak here today, I suppose to an extent as a testimonial, and also to offer my view on what success in the Humber actually is. If you actually take a step back and look at people who are successful, it isn't just money, it's what they're doing. If you take a business, it's their product. If you take a person, it's the type of person they actually are. There's far, far more to it than that simple media version of what success actually is. Any journey that's targeting and aiming to get to whatever you define success as will do what both Simon and Brodie have mentioned earlier. It will involve stepping outside your comfort zone.
I'm an author of 3 books, which is pretty good considering I was failed English every year I was at high school. Apparently I was thick and couldn't read and write, but these days they call it dyslexia. There's nothing wrong with this at all. If you studied physics and you melted us all down, you took away all the skin, hair and bones, you would see we are just pure positive energy. And that energy has a vibration to it. But on the surface, I was trying things like, there was a network marketing business called Amway. And they were into this positive stuff, positive tapes. Girls, that's what comes before CDs. They had tapes, and I thought, this is great. So I played these tapes all the time in my car, all the time. They had these monthly positive rah-rah sessions, but it was really good. And so from the outside, I had 2 jobs, and I was starting this business, so no one had any idea what was going on underneath. I worked 3 jobs for the next 12 months, paid off my second divorce, jumped on a plane and arrived. I did do a bus trip around Europe, but basically I arrived in London with a suitcase, the clothes I was wearing and a rucksack. I had an Australian credit card which had about 100 quid left on it. I didn't know anyone in London, I didn't have a job or anywhere to stay. It's amazing what you do when you put up against it. Being happy was the key to everything for me, and I was really successful in those first 5 years. Write this down: plan, do, review. What is it you want to do? Get out there and take some action. Right or wrong, it's right. You can feel the vibration of the heart. In fact, it can be felt up to 10 feet away. So Nick and Phil can actually feel their vibrational levels from the opposite sides of the room. Every single one of you can feel the other person. It's not a fluke who you're sitting next to. You remember when you got that car for the first time, you drove it out the car yard, or from the person's place you bought it from, you drove along, you felt really good, didn't you? You felt really special. And driving along, you pulled off the lights, you checked yourself out in the mirror at the shops and thought, I look great. Or was that just me that does that? You do, you feel special, don't you? And before you know it, you see another car, just like yours, same model, same colour. And then another, and then another, and another. Have you had that happen? All of a sudden, there's cars like that everywhere. Do you think they were there all the time? Yeah, they were. So my point is, That was where your awareness system is. Those cars that we've all agreed were there all the time, that you didn't see, were opportunities that you've missed in your life to achieve your dreams. You see, because we are the only creature on this planet that can conceive something that doesn't exist and make it happen. We can dream. There's more power in the heart than anything. And finding out what your true purpose is following your heart. So if you're attracting all these good things into you, and it depends on what vibrational level you're at, and the heart is 5,000 times more vibrational energy than anything else, doesn't it make sense to follow your heart?